There are cars that make history, and then there are cars that become history. But every now and then, one name rises above them all, a name that carries fire, danger, and untouchable legend. That name is Eleanor. Now imagine, for the first time ever, that legend reborn not as a coupe, but as an SUV. Yes, you heard that right. This is the 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor SUV, a machine so bold it rewrites what we thought possible for an icon. Ford didn't just bring Eleanor back, they unleashed her. At first glance, the Eleanor SUV looks like something from another dimension. Silver, sculpted and stretched, it wears its attitude like armor. The design language is unmistakably Mustang, but it's been elevated literally. The front end commands respect with a sharp, aggressive stance that makes a Range Rover look tame and even puts the Lamborghini Urus on notice. Those headlights, they don't shine, they stare you down. The grille, wide and muscular, feels like a portal between the past and the future. You can sense the 1968 soul breathing under every inch of its futuristic skin. Walk around it and you see what Ford has done. They've turned nostalgia into power. The roofline still sweeps like the original Fastback, but it's now taller, meaner, more commanding. The rear haunches bulge like coiled muscles waiting to strike. It's not trying to mimic a leaner, it is a leaner, reborn for a world where legends wear bigger shoes. The rear profile seals the deal. The signature taillights stretch across a sculpted tailgate that dips just enough to remind you of the car that once outran cops, hearts, and expectations. Dual exhausts flare out like cannons, each one tuned to announce your arrival long before you're seen. The paint alone deserves its own story, a shimmering silver that changes mood with the light. Under the sun, it glows like molten chrome. Under clouds, it turns dark and dangerous. It's not just a finish, it's a feeling half Hollywood, half Street Fighter. The wheels, jet black with polished silver blades, filling the arches like armor plates. This SUV doesn't just stand tall, it owns every inch of ground it touches. Step inside, and the transformation continues. The interior is a perfect storm of heritage and modernity. Black leather with silver stitching drapes across every surface. The seats cradle you like a grand tourer, but their firm bolstering reminds you that this beast means business. The dashboard feels cinematic, minimalist, but full of presence. A digital driver cluster takes center stage, designed to echo the fonts and aesthetics of the original Eleanor cockpit, but wrapped in futuristic motion graphics. It's a time capsule wired for 2026. The steering wheel feels heavy in the hands, wrapped in rich leather, brushed aluminum spokes, and an Eleanor emblem that glows faintly in low light. The infotainment screen is big and smart but not distracting. It's integrated to enhance the experience, not dominate it. Everything here screams driver first, exactly what a leaner would demand. Subtle ambient lighting sets the mood, glowing softly along the doors and center console. Sit here and you don't just feel like a driver, you feel like the main character in your own high-octane movie. And then there's the engine, because a leaner was never meant to whisper. Under the hood sits a twin-turbocharged V8 tuned to deliver pure chaos and symphony in equal measure. This isn't electric silence. It's raw combustion music. One turn of the ignition and the Eleanor SUV growls to life, deep, throaty, unapologetic. You can feel it in your chest before you even move. Press the accelerator and it lunges forward with ferocity, launching from 0 to 60 in the low 3-second range. That's supercar quick from an SUV that weighs over 2 tons. The sound. It's not a roar, it's a declaration. Eleanor is back and she's done being polite. But it's not just about power. Ford has engineered something wild here, agility. The steering feels sharp, direct, full of feedback. The suspension adapts instantly, tightening for corners, loosening for comfort. On mountain curves, it feels more like a coupe than an SUV. On the highway, it glides with composed elegance, like a panther in motion. This is the rare vehicle that blends muscle, grace, and myth into one defiant package. And then comes the price, starting at around $180,000, climbing with bespoke options. Yes, it's a statement. But this is not just a purchase, it's a piece of automotive rebellion. For those who want an SUV that shouts individuality, that carries a legacy born from silver screens and underground legends, nothing comes close. Sure, you could buy a Bentley Bentayga, a Lamborghini Urus, or a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, but none of those have Eleanor's soul. None of them carry history like a ghost in the machine. When the drive ends and you kill the engine, there's a strange silence that lingers. You realize you've just experienced something rare, a resurrection that doesn't exploit the past but builds upon it. The 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor SUV isn't trying to live up to its legend. It's rewriting it. This isn't nostalgia, it's evolution. So what does this mean for Ford, for the Mustang name, for automotive history? It means courage still exists in car design. It means we can still get excited about combustion, about craftsmanship, about cars with character. Eleanor isn't just back, she's leading a revolution on wheels. If you felt that same thrill, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the Motor Verdict Meter family. Because here, we don't just review cars, we relive legends. And this one might just be the greatest comeback in automotive history.